Good evening, America, friends and fans. Welcome to Telling It Like It Is. Today was the day for dumps of the October surprise, and I believe both candidates got a surprise. However, I'm here to tell you like it is and set the record straight about these surprises. Hillary Clinton, it is very clear that the left wantingly and willfully dropped this tape of Donald Trump from a decade ago in hopes to cover up what is being come out from Wikileaks, over 20,000 emails and another 30,000 to come. And sure enough, you see mainstream media doing nothing but talking about a comment, a statement that Donald Trump made from a decade ago. Like, for real? For real. This is what our mass media is covering, like at bated breath, what Donald Trump said from fucking 10 years ago. But no, you don't have them covering what's been released already and coming out of the 20,000 emails, clearly proving once again that Hillary is a bold-faced liar, and another scandal after another scandal after another scandal after another scandal. And this is what our media is doing because they've all been bought and paid for by the slush fund of the Clinton Foundation. And that's the story here. And the second batch of emails in the 30,000, Julian Assange is going to make sure he nails the coffin shut where it belongs. America doesn't want to stand up for decades of crimes by the Clintons. But the mass media wants to, even Paul Ryan, Speaker of the House, abandons Donald Trump's rally for tomorrow. Good job, Paul Ryan. You're a great Republican. You're good for the fucking party. You're wonderful. You separated yourself from, big bad Donald Trump from 10 years ago, where he, said something in basically locker room innuendo BS, because Hillary tries to play the sex card, okay, to have more women vote for her. I don't think any woman should be voting for Hillary Clinton. Let's talk about Miss Clinton and how for decades she's covered up Slick Willie's, rampant rod running across America and nailing everything that's not just fucking everywhere. I mean, he's admittedly joked about screwing over 2,000 women. Where is mass media talking about Hillary Clinton covering up for her rampant raping husband, Slick Willie? That's what I want to know. That's exactly what I want to know. And that's how low our country's come to, because Ted Turner, Rupert Murdoch, everybody's got their hands full from the Clinton Foundation. And I've seen the list for pay for play, and I'm slowly releasing the list. And these emails even come back into damaging information of how these people have just lied. The Democrats cheat and lied. The DNC, what does it take, America? This is what you're all into? It's the drama. It's like Kim Kardashian taking her naked shot and putting it all over Instagram. That was the big news for a fucking month about Kim Kardashian. So now the big news is on a Friday, and they dump it on a Friday, okay, right at the same time that WikiLeaks dumps its major first part of its dump. Don't forget there's 30,000 more emails coming. But this is what the media wants to cover. And Donald Trump immediately addressed this issue tonight, and here he is.
I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. I've said and done things I regret, and the words released today on this more than a decade-old video are one of them. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize. I've traveled the country talking about change for America, but my travels have also changed me. I've spent time with grieving mothers who've lost their children, laid off workers whose jobs have gone to other countries, and people from all walks of life who just want a better future. I have gotten to know the great people of our country, and I've been humbled by the faith they placed in me. I pledge to be a better man tomorrow and will never, ever let you down. Let's be honest. We're living in the real world. This is nothing more than a distraction from the important issues we're facing today. We're losing our jobs. We're less safe than we were 8 years ago, and Washington is totally broken. Hillary Clinton and her kind have run our country into the ground. I've said some foolish things, but there's a big difference between the words and actions of other people. Bill Clinton has actually abused women, and Hillary has bullied, attacked, shamed, and intimidated his victims.
Tell it, Donald. Tell it.
We will discuss this more in the coming days.
Bravo.
See you at the debate on
You don't
Sunday.
see Hillary Clinton for all these we'll say decades of scandals. You ever see her come running out and say, "I'm sorry, I did this"? No, not at all. Strangely, witnesses show up dead. Fact. They just, throw themselves in front of trains, end up with committing suicide the day before they got to testify for the FBI. This is, Hillary Clinton's, mafia. And me growing up in the mafia, I can assure you, they hit all these people. I mean, it's like common fucking sense, but half of America is like lost. They're like, oh my God, Donald Trump said some bad words from 10 years ago. So like, oh, pow, God forbid. The whole world's coming to an end. So CNN, stop the presses and let's get all the panels together and let's look at and analyze this to death so that we can stay away from the truth. And once again, the Clintons can line Ted Turner's pocket with another big fat paycheck so we can go buy another fucking house somewhere. Okay. So let's see. There's so many people guilty tied to all of these emails and the Clinton Foundation and the pay for play scandal that it's huge. But you don't see mass media covering that. We're covering Donald Trump over some statement because Hillary has used you, and that's what she does best. She will use you, and as did Bill Clinton when he got impeached in the White House for admittedly, remember, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yes, you did. And with multiple cigars, might I add. But that's okay for America, right? That's just fucking wonderful for America. That's the top. That's not the top story. That's not, Donald Trump's statement, because you want to know why? There's even Republicans in on this. That's the sad part. And when the information gets leaked and you see the people that are played in this, there's Republicans and Democrats that have been paid through the Clinton Foundation. And this trail of money is endless. And if this is the kind of government you want, then go right ahead, because you're going to end up in boxes and tents like Bill and Hillary Clinton through the Clinton Foundation left the Haitians. That's how America's going to end up. You're going to end up with no more jobs. You're going to end up with nothing. And you already got 12 million plus on food stamps, but that's okay too. That doesn't make top headlines either. We got a great country. We got illegal aliens streaming across our borders. We got, just that's it. We don't even have to. And hi, Josh. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Dawn, and everybody else tuning in. Thank you. God bless. I love you. This is the first time on my public figure page, and this is our new layout for our show. And I'm going to be bringing you lots and lots of information. And we're going to even look at these emails. And I want everybody to know that I will be live streaming the debate, and I will be moderating it just like this. You can listen to the debate right here next Sunday. And all you got to do is subscribe to me here, and don't forget to like the page. And the debate will be between the two of them, and it's town hall debate, so this should be very interesting. Very interesting, and I have a feeling Donald's going to chop her to pieces like she belongs. They deliberately did this. This is how they play. And then Paul Ryan has the nerve, and other Republicans, just to abandon Donald Trump like that. You want to know why? Because they're all part of this greed machine. This is what it is. They don't want Donald Trump to be president because they know when he gets in there, he's going to clean house, and they're going to have issues with him because he doesn't follow along with this great pattern of, we're going to call it complete deception and corruption of our government, because that's how bad it is. And get this, it's even more important to cover the words of Donald Trump, not the new emails, not Hillary's leaked Goldman Sachs speech where she calls for one world order, basically, one world order with open borders streaming across our planet. That's her words. And she refused to she refused to turn those over when she was asked for. She kept them silent and quiet. Ask yourself why Hillary Clinton didn't want to turn over those transcripts from that private meeting with Goldman Sachs and other banks. Why? Why? Because she's this great, honest woman? She's not honest at all. Why aren't we covering that we're on the verge of war, with nuclear war with Russia? Why aren't we covering that? But no, we're covering Donald Trump and some BS comments he meant. Listen, I don't like the comments he meant either. But when you look at and you compare Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton in the decades of scandals, and Bill Clinton, and the rapes, the accusations, the impeachment, the lies, everything that has gone on, and 50% of America turns its blind eye to this woman all the time and lets her get away with it. No more. No more. We're not going to let her get away with it. And you know who it's up to? It's up to us. And I keep saying that to you. It is up to us, because you got a war between WikiLeaks and Julian Assange and Hillary Clinton going on as we speak. I bet most of you don't even know that when Julian Assange today dumped, okay, and started to dump, actually, whatever, there was a blackout on the internet in certain areas of the country, of the world, okay, to stall this from happening. You can Google and check what I'm saying to you, okay? Because our great president has just sold our internet to ICANN and the United Nations, giving up our freedom of speech so that they can censor, and I believe it was trying to stop in time, they could censor the dumping of this highly sensitive information. And everybody goes, where is this bombshell? Where is this bombshell? How many more thousands of pages of fucking emails and incriminating evidence do you need? How many more years of rapes from Bill Clinton? Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Lori. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Gerald. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Chris. Hi, Josh. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you guys. I mean, how much more scandal do you need? And you do not see that the mass media, America should be ashamed of itself. Other countries laugh at us to where when our president goes there, they don't even pull his steps out for the airplane. Other countries look at America and say, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Trust what I tell you. That's what other countries say. What the fuck is wrong with these people? They allow how do they allow this? This is what other countries are saying. Trust me. This is what they're saying. They're laughing at America. You have a woman who is allowed and created ISIS, and you're going to see emails that the Clinton Foundation funded arms deals to arms dealers, backroom deals to get and create ISIS and feed them through Saudi Arabia, the weapons that they now use to kill innocent Christians, innocent Muslims, tear apart countries like Swiss cheese. And now you got Russia saying, listen, how come that's really not making the headline news? How come these emails showing, again, how much of a liar she is, how much she is deception? Hi, Jennifer, how are you? How it is just simply amazing to me how this is where America has come to. They have gutted us from the inside, and I'll say it again. They have slowly gutted us from the inside to where we now have the race card and or the sex card played against each other in this country. And Hillary Clinton knew exactly what they were doing, okay, by releasing this video. And to be honest, the fans that I've talked to and are coming to me, they're like, we don't care what Donald Trump had to say 10 years ago. Donald Trump was a citizen 10 years ago. 10 years ago, what was Hillary Clinton doing? What was Hillary Clinton doing? Where was Hillary 10 years ago? Huh? Where was Hillary Clinton during the Benghazi hearings when she said, you know, they're all dead. What does it matter? Where was Hillary Clinton when Bill Clinton was, what difference does it make? I should say, excuse me, what she said. What difference does it make? They're all dead. What difference does it make? What fucking difference does it make? But that's okay. Mass media doesn't want to talk about that. Mass media doesn't want Donald Trump to bring up the infidelities and impeachment of Bill Clinton, because that wouldn't be proper politics. That would be wrong. If I was Donald Trump, Donald, you listening? I would bury her with Bill Clinton's horrible behavior towards women all these years. I would bury her, and mass media should be burying her. And you are going to elect a woman to the White House who has lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied and lied to all of you. And I hear people out there, oh, this is all you got in the emails? This is it? This is the big deal? That she wants one world order, and she wants open borders, and, let's just threaten all the refugees. Let's just do this. Let's go nuke Iran for her. Let's go nuke them. And you know what's going to happen? Bill is first lady, as I told you. They'll be right there on the couch like this. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He'll be banging the whole White House staff while she's nuking Iran and getting off on it. That's exactly what's going to happen. Trust what I tell you. And then he's going to come out and go, I did not sleep with those women in the White House. I did not sleep with those women in the White House. But that's okay, right? And as Donald Trump said, he's heard Bill Clinton say worse on the golf course. And I believe him. I believe him. What has Donald Trump ever been accused of? Has Donald Trump ever been accused of rape? No. Has Donald Trump ever been accused of any real sexual anything? With the exception, oh wow, he had an affair on his wife. Shit happens. We all happen. It happens to all of us. If that's the worst Donald Trump has in his past, is some banter and saying something, and I don't agree with what he said, but I also know that men will be men, and there's a big difference between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And the media, you're all playing into the media and the hype, and these people, 50% of America sadly believes that this woman should be president. And Paul Ryan has abandoned his own party nomination. He didn't want Donald Trump as a nomination. What's Paul Ryan got to hide? That's what I want to know. I want to know what Paul Ryan's got to hide that he throws Donald Trump under the bus so fucking fast. That's what I want to know. I want to know what Paul Ryan has to hide, because I'm sure he's in there too. Okay. Somebody's always got their hand with the Clintons, and they own them. Clintons own them. The Clinton mafia owns them. And the more documents you read, the more emails you read, the more lies you see, the more scandals you see. The sickening part of this is that this is what you see on the news all day today is about Donald Trump, and nothing really about the emails and what was said in there and how she wants to globalize America, take your jobs, leave the borders open, allow anybody to climb into our cracks and, start blowing up our country. This is it. Or you don't hear anything about the mainstream with the main serious situation with war with Russia. What's wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? There's something very wrong with this picture, and we are at fault, and I'm going to say it again, for allowing it. As people, you need to stand up and stop this. And everybody goes, what can we do about it? Well, if she gets, if they're going to indict her, who's going to indict her? Because everybody's involved in this. Yeah, the government is corrupt. But guess what you do with corrupt government? You stand up to them, and we, the people, own this country. That's what the Constitution, we, the people, own this country. Not the Clintons, not the Obamas. We own this country. We created this country. We need to stand up and take this problem and gut it from the inside. And that, like they did to us, let's gut it from the inside. And the first thing we need to do is get Donald Trump in there. You want Hillary Clinton prosecuted? If you really want Hillary Clinton prosecuted that bad, just elect Donald Trump. That's the first thing he's going to do, besides getting rid of great Obamacare, which is destroying families and people across this country every day. And it's only going to get worse because of how expensive it is and how many people can't even get health care, and yet they claim it's so wonderful, and it's not. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Tim. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Denise. Hi, Bob. Hi, Marie. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Again, I say to you, what does it take? I wouldn't even be watching CNN, CNBC, or any of them. I would be gutting them and just turn off your TVs. Don't listen to them. don't watch them, don't go to their websites, and you'll gut them from the inside out. You will shut them down. You'll shut them down. Trust me. No ratings, no watching. If half of America shuts off CNN and CNBC, trust me, they're going to feel it. But you're glued to the garbage. You got to stop being glued to the garbage and the bullshit, because it's the garbage is it's really embarrassing to say you're an American and other countries and other people come to you and say, how come you're not prosecuting this woman? How come she's not in jail already? What are we going to do? Our own FBI is corrupt. Our own FBI will give everybody a free pass with the AG and give everybody immunity, but won't prosecute anybody. But no, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. Nothing. Sure they didn't. Sure they didn't. And sadly, people will still, they read these emails. That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you got. So when you see the emails that are in this 20,000 dump that it takes people time to go through these, even myself to go through this, or when I keep showing you, I put up a document yesterday. Hillary Clinton paid $4.4 million personally from herself to the Clinton Family Foundation, okay, to avoid paying taxes on the $4.4 million. I put the document right up there. But it's okay for Hillary Clinton to not pay taxes, but not Donald Trump, right? What the fuck's wrong with that picture? But all media is jumping on Donald Trump. There's an old saying, you know, when someone has something to hide and somebody's speaking the truth, they want to bury them. They make it nervous. It's like backing a lion into a corner. When you back a lion into a corner, they come out. And what they're doing is they're that deathly afraid of the truth coming out that they will stoop to all levels, and they've already stooped to murder. The trail is up to 68 body counts, and I've been investigating all of them, and I'm going to be breaking that story. 68 bodies plus. Some strange coincidence has happened, and I don't believe in coincidences, and including the key witness for the email scandal to testify before Congress and for the FBI the night before suddenly committed suicide. You know, okay, sorry, I don't want to testify anymore. Really? You know how many coincidental deaths follow the Clintons? The list is long and deep. So if you can sleep at night knowing that this woman for decades covered up her husband's very serious sexual innuendos, escapades, rapes, bragging that he slept with over 2,000 women, and then she bullied the women who did come forward. Then she intimidated them. She hired private investigators and other of her goons to threaten these women. And these women are coming out, and I give them the utmost respect to come out and speak out against what Hillary Clinton did to them to stop them from destroying her husband's career. And that's what she did. That woman needs to go to prison. That woman needs serious psychiatric help. She's a narcissistic, sociopathic woman, as is her husband, and they team together. They've been protecting each other all these years, and they're robbing you. They're lying to you. They're deceiving you. They've robbed other countries, and I just give you example after example. Look at Haiti. I keep going to Haiti because I think it's disgusting what they did there. Took all billions of dollars and left these people in boxes, tents, no homes. And, you know, she laughs, you know, hi. And if you read one of her emails today that was released, she says, you know, basically that I've come to live this lifestyle of, you know, of wealth. So middle class is really, you know, beneath me. So I don't know how I have to think about this. And, you know, already, you know, we're the deplorables. We're the basement, you know, we're the basement dwellers. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's what I say. Fuck you. Okay. And I think, and I know that if we all stick together on this, and I keep getting messages every day, just so you know, that there's more people going to vote that have never voted before for Donald Trump because they've watched me, they've talked to me, I've talked to them back, and I thank you all for reaching out to me, and I try to answer everyone's emails. And, you know, these people are going to vote for Donald Trump, and they've never voted before. And you still can't take away from the man what he's achieved over the past year. No other presidential elect has done what Donald Trump has done, and without spending really a large sum of money at all. And you think he's not fit to be president, but Hillary Clinton will just, let's see, Barack Obama's, the budget's up the deficit $20 trillion and climbing. If that's even the real numbers, they don't give you the real numbers. If you really look, it's much higher than that. Unemployment numbers, people will argue that. They'll argue it, but look at African Americans, look at their communities, look at the murder rate in the United States, look at the crime, look at it's endless. It's endless. Now Syrian refugee, any refugees can just come right in. And as Hillary said in her Goldman Sachs speech, open borders, globalization and harmony for the whole world. And why, Ms. Clinton, didn't you want to release those transcripts to those speeches? Why were you so afraid to release those transcripts, but you demand Donald Trump's taxes? And his accountant came out today and said he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't even know, and he made a bombshell speech today. I don't see that on the news. I don't see that on the news at all. So you really need to ask yourselves, connect the dots. Why is mass media only really covering the Donald Trump story? Why isn't America demanding from the media much more? And why isn't the American public demanding Hillary's head, on a plate? After all these decades of this, why isn't somebody demanded Bill Clinton's head on the plate for all these poor women that he's abused, raped, okay, and even bragged about sleeping with 2,000 plus women? I don't know who those 2,000 women are, but man, if you're watching this, you got bad taste. I don't know what you saw in Slick Willie, and from what I understand, his hands aren't that big either. You want to pick on Donald Trump, so we could be talking, and he's got to be doing something because men who rape women are very insecure, psychotic control freaks because guess what? Most of the time they can't, they have to be in control. They have to be deeming and just scum. I hate, as I shared yesterday in a video, because I know what it's like to grow up with that in life as a young child and being abused. And I stood up to it and I left home at 15. So, ladies, when you think about voting for Hillary Clinton, just remember she covered up her husband's serious crimes for decades. So if you think that she should be president and then on commander-in-chief, POTUS of this country, and you think it's good to put your children in her arms if you meet her and say, oh, hi, just remember, she's responsible for many deaths, covering up her husband's affairs. Secret Service have come out and talked about how angry and how just deplorable she was while she was in the White House. Don't forget that they robbed and wrecked the White House before they left because they have no morals and values. Just like she said in her speech to Goldman Sachs and another email out that she's come to live a life of, wealth. And she doesn't know, yeah, they came to live a life of fucking wealth, all right, at the sacrifice of others and the sacrifice of all of us as Americans. And how 50% of Americans can sleep at night and just focus on something that Donald Trump did 10 years ago from a statement. He comes nowhere close to Bill Clinton. Not even close. You can't even put him in the same room together with what Bill Clinton has done and provenly done. The man was impeached. Do you all forget that President Clinton was impeached? That he stood before the world and said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Maybe Donald Trump won't remind you, but I'm going to remind you, America. And then it came out that he was a kinky bastard using cigars and having, wild times in the Oval Office with Monica Lewinsky, Thank you very much, for everybody, by the way, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I know this is the first time shooting on my public figure page. What you guys have just been wonderful. And the people that have reached out to me, I can't thank you enough because it's because of you that we are making a difference. We are making a difference. We are making a difference in America. And I swear to you, and I'll be happy to, I'm saving everyone because every day there's more 10, 15, 20 that reach out to me and say, you know what, Scott, I've never voted before, but I'm voting this year and I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I've had all day today when this video broke, all solid Trump supporters all said, Scott, we don't care. Messaging me, did you see this? We don't care what Donald Trump did 10 years ago, and you shouldn't care what Donald Trump said 10 years ago. Do I agree with what he said? No. Okay, but we're all human. And, you know, what he said tonight, I want to point something out to you. What he said tonight is that he's learned a lesson over this past year, roughly. And he's learned a lesson by going to see people all over this country. And in his own words, he's told you he was sorry, and that basically straight out forward that he's learned. He's learned to change even his own thoughts and how he feels. And he's learned that there are incredible people in this country. And one thing I know about Donald Trump is he loves America, and he wants to change his country for the better. And he said it himself. And I'm going to say it again, you know, successful people, and I know I quit school in 8th grade and opened my own company at 17, self-made millionaire, but you know what? I failed and fell down on my face. And getting back up from that and learning from that and went through other terrible times in my life for mistakes that I made is what taught me and who I became today and who the man I am today. And that's what life is about. And this man humbly, just quickly went out to the public and said, I'm sorry. And that he's learned by being and coming out and talking and learning from other Americans what is truly going on with this country. And he's learned about himself along the way. And if you really listen to what he's saying, that's what he's saying. He's saying, I'm sorry. That was me 11 years ago. But today I'm a different man. And I'm a different man than when I started this race a year ago, roughly. And that he's learning every day. And one thing I can say, and that nothing can take away from him, you don't have any of the scandalous, lying deception that you have with the Clintons. Not one. If this is the worst thing Donald Trump did and he used a tax code to not pay taxes, all Americans would use the same fucking tax code. Hillary used the same tax code. But we got double standards, you see. There's double standards here. The left is one way, okay, and their standards are here. And over here, it's okay, you know, no, shame on you. You can't do that, Donald Trump. But it's okay for me to do it over here. And I can claim to use the same tax code, claim $699,000 on my taxes, and not pay taxes just like you, just like the New York fucking Times. The New York Times, I wouldn't buy their newspaper if you paid me $1 million. I would rip that shit up. I'd burn it in the street and say, here to the New York Times, because I've seen the pay for playlist. They've been bought too. Our country is that bad. And 50% of it sits back and goes, oh, we're great. Everything's fucking wonderful. Let's eat a bowl of Cheerios today and, you know, just go to work and happy. Yeah, until one day you come home and you don't have a fucking house anymore because you don't have a job. Okay? Because that's what's happening. And if you don't think that war with Russia is imminent, then your screws loose, because there's very serious shit happening in this world. You need to pay the fuck attention. That's what mass media should be talking about. That's what mainstream media should be talking about. I said 2 days ago, last night, I discussed about Russia and how serious this was. And I predicted that today you're going to start to see all these false propaganda stories about Russia. Let's blame Russia for this. Let's blame Russia for the email hacks. Let's blame Russia for, breaking this pact in Syria and for bombing a hospital that they didn't even bomb. If you do your homework, they didn't bomb the hospital. That's us. And I'm going to point out to you again, Russia did bomb a unknown CIA Mossad headquarters in Aleppo, who was running and helping ISIS. So Russia took them out. Remember, it was Russia who stepped into Syria and started to take out ISIS, because our weak president, who can't even say the words radical Islamic terrorist, because that's not oh my God, I can't say those words. Really? You're a blowjob. You're a blowjob. You can't say, as president of the United States, that they're radical Islamic Muslims? And you want another 4 years of this, people? So when one of them steps into your neighborhood because he let him over the borders, and there's Hillary Clinton at Sachs, Goldman Sachs, who donated $52 million to her campaign already this year. And she's sitting back going, my luxury lifestyle, as she says, and she's letting him in. Yep. Okay. And when you're going to work and all of a sudden a bomb goes off, or we have another trade center bombings, which is a whole nother story, or we have some major event happen and your child is involved or your loved one is involved, you can only blame yourself. Okay. You can only blame yourself, because that's not what the United States was built on. We were not built on open borders, people just coming in, doing whatever the fuck they want, giving away citizenships, just giving them. And here's another thing. Look at all the rigged voting already. If you're a Democrat and you want to vote for Hillary Clinton, all the stories are coming out all over the place of people getting caught red-handed, cheating with the rigging the election. And you can confidentially go in there and go, oh, this is a great president. She's going to do wonders for us. If she's cheating at the polls, she cheated Bernie Sanders, which was proved, and the DNC chairman had to step down thanks to Julian Assange's other WikiLeaks prior to this massive dump. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the head of the DNC had to step down, and I can assure you she's on the pay-for-play list, and the document's already out there. She's part of the Clinton Foundation, and the whole the list is endless. Our government is so fucked up and corrupt, it makes, Jesus, I can't even compare it to another country. I mean, Jesus, it makes Syria look good right now. And Syria's in fucking shambles. Syria's in shambles. But you don't want to see that, because mass media is going to feed you what Donald Trump said 10 years ago. Okay? Or that, somebody, or what George Clooney said about Donald Trump. George Clooney, you don't even live in the United States anymore, my man. You don't even live here. You know what that means? If you don't live in the United States, you should shut your fucking mouth and not talk about anything in the United States, because you don't even have the right to do that. You abandoned the United States. Okay? That's what you did. So, and you think you want to talk and back Hillary Clinton, like a lot of celebrities back Hillary Clinton. I wonder why. Ask yourself that question. I wonder why. I want to say again, thank you all. And I want you to think about this very, very carefully. Understand the timing of this tape. Understand that Donald Trump came out and apologized right away. Hillary Clinton would have taken a week. Okay? She would have taken a week, claimed that she has pneumonia, that she doesn't have any health problems, that she bobbles around like a fucking, and I have nothing against anybody with, illness. So please don't. I have my own. I have 2 autoimmune diseases. So I'm not against anybody who's sick. I'm against someone who's running for president and doesn't want to tell the American public the truth about her fucking health. That to me is treasonous in itself. That's treasonous in itself, because that's deception. Okay. And if you look under the law, or you look up the definition of deception, that's complete 100% deception. And emails have already proved from the past ones leaked that she has very serious condition. Dr. Oz got fired for mentioning her alleged medical condition. Do you think that's a coincidence too? Everything's a fucking coincidence to people. Well, I had a lady today who's a friend of mine on my wall, and before I wrap this up, I got to point this out. So I put up the email from Goldman Sachs where she's claiming that, globalization and, open borders is wonderful. The lady comes back and says, well, that's because she wants, equality and harmony within the world. Lady, and I'm not saying her name, she's a friend of mine, but I don't know. You got to be smoking crack. You got to be. I love you to death. But it's like people are fucking brainwashed. They're brainwashed. There's no world order. There's no globalization. Obama just came before the UN and half the world said this guy's the most bizarre speech they've ever heard in their fucking life. And he talks about globalization, everything. UN treaty. Do you know? Just so you all know, while you're all watching shit like Donald Trump's little thing that the media throws in there, we've already signed treaties with the UN to have our police force train on the UN policy. Obama snuck that one in there too while you weren't looking. Obama's pardoned how many criminals and then said, oops, I'm sorry, I gave them citizenship. Okay? Oops, I'm sorry, I gave them citizenship. I said it the other day. Obama, how about we say, oops, we're sorry, go back to Kenya. I say build the fucking wall and lock the Clintons behind the wall and throw Obama and Michelle with her. And let's bring up Michelle Obama real quick. Michelle Obama has the audacity to go out there and praise Hillary Clinton. Oh my God, Hillary's this, Hillary's that, everybody there. Do you remember what Michelle Obama said? And the videos are very clear out there when Hillary was running against Barack Obama. Do you remember what Michelle Obama said about Hillary Clinton? That's hypocritical. They're hypocrites. You really want to know the truth? The two families, they hate each other. But you see, Bill and Hillary got dirt on Obama. Obama protects Hillary. That's what he has to do. And some of these emails prove the same that just came out. So you see, it's like one big happy family of douchebags. And they just have destroyed our country from the inside out. And the other 50% of us are like, what the fuck? What do we do? The biggest questions I get asked, Scott, how do we fix this? How can we stop her? How can we get her indicted? I'm going to give you the best, honest, real answer there is. At this moment, because the AG's office, she's going to do nothing. The Attorney General's office is going to be doing nothing. The FBI, Comey, he's bought, they're not going to do nothing. There's certain men in Congress doing a good job trying to reopen this, and hopefully with this new email dump, they'll be able to reopen this investigation. Comey should resign because it's already been proven he's tied to the Clinton Foundation over and over, and his brother. That's what they call a conflict of interest, Comey. You're a lawyer. That's called a conflict of interest. That's a conflict of interest. How we stop this? There's really only one way at this moment, because they're all bought. They're all corrupt, sadly. I mean, I shouldn't say that, and I won't say that, and I apologize for that. Not all of them. Let's say 60% of our government is corrupt and covering up each other's asses. And they're so far up each other's asses, they don't even know which way to turn. And what they're doing is using these other smoke screens to cover up what's really going on. Just like the war in Russia. And you woke up today, now as I told you, there's bullshit and propaganda about Russia. Russia didn't bomb a hospital. Russia's not trying to go to war with us. Russia's trying to protect itself from us, the madness that Obama is. Obama and George Soros, and that's why you'll see the battle between Julian Assange and Hillary Clinton. And they want to stop that, man. As she said, let's just drone the guy. Let's just drone the guy. He's a soft target. That was her exact words. And other people thought she was joking, and she wasn't joking in the room, if you read the document very clearly. This is the mentality of who you want to put in the White House. And I say it again. She doesn't like Putin, right? Yep. Let's just drone Putin. And you know what happens when you send a drone over to Putin, or you send a missile over Putin's way? Understand Russia has a massive, the biggest nuclear arsenal on the planet. Just remember that. Just remember what I'm telling you. And then you got her saying, let's invade Iran. And that will be the next move of Hillary Clinton if she's elected. So if you want your sons and daughters over there being slaughtered for no reason, okay, to play with their main proxy wars and their madness to cut the Middle East up, then go ahead, elect her. They can't even take care of the veterans that come home now. There's more homeless veterans in America than ever. And I see them out here in California. I see them in New York. And it's disgusting that we don't even take care of our own. And we don't take care of our own. Thanks to Obama. He wouldn't even give them a raise recently in the military, just so you know that. Check that fact. Fact check that, Hillary lovers. Fact check that. Another 4 years of that. Again, please. See this for what it really is. The man just came out and apologized to the world, and he's learning as he goes, and he's a human being. And he's nowhere ever close, even minutely close to the atrocities and the audacities of Hillary and Bill Clinton. Not even close. And Paul Ryan and the other Republicans, you should be ashamed of yourself for immediately abandoning your candidate who won it fair and square and won it better than any other presidential candidate before him. And that's a fact. He did it with the least amount of money. He did it with more supporters. He's brought out more voters for the Republican Party. And I've seen those voters. I see them messaging me. And Paul Ryan, you've let down those voters when you back away from Donald Trump for your own ass. Okay? You're a chump. You're a straight chump and another sellout. And this is what they do. This is what they do, you see, because they don't care about each other. He doesn't care about Donald Trump. He cares about himself and what everybody else thinks. See, the difference between Paul Ryan and myself and people like you who are watching is we're real and they're not. Thank you all again for tuning in. I know it's late, and please share this video. Please share the documents that I put up there. We can beat this woman, and the best way to beat her and to indict her is to elect Donald Trump. That is truly the only way to really, for once and for all, stop the Clinton crime machine in Washington. Good night, and God bless.